Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. If something is important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. I could either watch it happen or be a part of it. Great companies are built on great products. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. You have to be pretty driven to make it happen. Otherwise, you will just make yourself miserable. Work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. This improves the odds of success. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. If you go back a few hundred years, what we take for granted today would seem like magic. There's a tremendous bias against taking risks. Everyone is trying to optimize their ass covering. The best minds of my generation are thinking about how to make people click ads. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. It is a mistake to hire huge numbers of people to get a complicated job done. Numbers will never compensate for talent in getting the right answer. The future of humanity is going to bifurcate in two directions. Either it's going to become multiplanetary, or it's going to remain confined to one planet, and eventually, there's going to be an extinction event. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. Starting a company is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness, to make sure it continues into the future. I would like to die on Mars, just not on impact. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. Constantly seek criticism. A well-thought-out critique of what you're doing is as valuable as gold. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop, where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better.